All right, introduce yourselves.
Mike, I'll let you go first. I gotta think, bro.
All right, well, I'm Mike Chulo. I'm co-owner of DNA Strength. My background is the military. I'm an Army veteran. I'm an entrepreneur. I own multiple businesses. I have 2 children, a beautiful wife that's letting me do this awesome thing that we're doing here. This is my first hard business, like building and just a gym, equipment, everything like that. So I'm new to it. I'm excited. I'm hungry, and I can't wait to get started.
That's a sweet introduction. I don't think I'm topping that. But I know. No ums, no nothing. But my name is Alex Waters, also co-owner of DNA Strength.
Just talk to me like how you normally do, all right? Like, I'm your friend.
Yeah.
Just talk like,
Yeah.
If you just met me at the gym, what would you say? If you're trying to, get me to join your gym or get me to be under you as, you being my coach or something.
Yeah. Don't think about what you want them to hear.
Yeah, it's not.
Talk to him. Yeah.
We're just talking. Just having a conversation.
Just having a conversation.
Cameras are rolling. Bro.
I know, bro. And I'm sweating, bro. It's getting hot.
They're going to edit out whatever.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, my name is Alex Waters, co-owner of DNA Strength. Been wanting to kind of open up a gym for a very long time. Mike and I went in this together. I have no idea where I'm going with this. Give me a second to think about it. This is why this YouTube stuff is not for me. That's why you're natural,
okay.
buddy. You're natural.
So why DNA Strength? What's the background? What's the background to the name?
Well, with DNA Strength, it's something like everyone is like born to lift. That's kind of like the motto that we have. We want to build an environment where people are encouraged to lift properly and just want to get stronger and push people to be a better athlete overall. Lots of gyms don't provide a lot of equipment that would allow you to reach that potential of being the best athlete that you can be. So that's why Mike and I went into this wanting to offer some of the best equipment on the market and provide that for our members.
Yep. Yeah. So with DNA, it's really about finding your limits and pushing them and breaking them. So DNA, double helix. What are you made of, right? Figuring out what you're made of, figuring out what you can do, breaking those boundaries and pushing past them. We're going to provide you with the equipment. We're going to provide you with the support, the know-how. We've done it. He's one heck of an athlete, and we're going to help you be the best human you possibly can be, the strongest person, the fittest person. And if you come in here because you just want to look good, we're going to make you look pretty darn good. So that's really the goal with our name.
So this is a powerlifting and bodybuilding?
Correct.
Yes.
We're powerlifting focused because that's Alex's background. Me, on the other hand, my background is just general fitness, lifting weights. In the Army, I used to do remedial physical training for soldiers. For me, it's really about just looking good, staying in shape, staying strong. Not quite a dad bod, if you will, even though I am a dad, but more just staying in good shape and looking good. We want to encourage bodybuilders to come, hence, we got 56 feet of mirrors in here. We're going to have really, really good lighting. But really, powerlifting is the name of the game here.
Yeah.
But we're not going to turn somebody away because they want to bodylift.
Absolutely. And we kind of went that route. Like, we want to be able to offer a lot of different things, but mainly, like Mike said, we are catering towards powerlifting because you can look in Atlanta and you don't see too many like big powerlifting gyms, or like they don't have everything in one place, right? Like, you have to wait. They might have one combo rack and you have to wait an hour to use it. We want to provide literally everything that a powerlifter would need so that when they train here, it's no different from when they go to a meet.
Right.
They have the competition bars, the competition kilos, the platforms, the all the way down to the types of combo racks that are being used in meets. We want to simulate a meet, and for you to be able to train that way and then go straight into competition, there should be there's very limited errors that would, go into play.
Yeah.
And y'all plan to host meets here as well, correct?
We do. We went into this, we've been looking for a space for a really long time, and we it took a long time because we were trying to find a space big enough to host meets. We want to host WRPF meets. We would love to host USAPL meets, Powerlifting America, whatever Fed wants to utilize this facility. That's the whole intention of getting a space and providing this type of equipment. So they don't have to bring their own equipment. We have it available and just has to be set up in a way that, makes it easy.
Now, are you guys open to letting other people host meets here, or would it be more of like internal, majority of the gym doing the meet hosting?
Well, definitely, if a meet director of a different federation reaches out and is like, hey, your facility is in a prime location, I would love to use it, we're never going to turn them down. Of course, we'll have to make some plans and, talk to our members about it and like kind of schedule things in a certain way, but.
Yeah, we'll likely schedule our meets out. You'll probably have them figured out by springtime in that year, the whole year. And then we'll see if we can fit other meets in. We're not going to turn people away. You know what I mean? If you want to host a meet, we're going to try our best to get you in here. And going back to the combo racks, like, training as if you were in a meet 24/7, right? We're going to have 6 8x8 platforms, 6 combo racks, a monolift, 3 power racks. So, if a guy like me comes in, I'm not a competitor, right? I come in, I want to just get a general lift in. I'm not going to hamper somebody who's training for a meet that week, right? Or next week, or is in prep. I'm not going to bother that person. There's plenty of kilos around here. There's regular old iron. There's all those platforms. And then we offer just your general, fitness and weightlifting equipment, So that was kind of what we wanted, and in our experience, we've been to, between the two of us, hundreds of gyms across the US. Me personally, up and down the East Coast for the past 8 years. And I've never found a gym that's been able to integrate those two things perfectly. There's always some catch-all, right? You're gonna get somebody who's never used a combo rack in their life and there's only 2 in the facility, and then you show up and you have to get a lift in, you only have an hour, right? And we shouldn't have that issue here. And if we run into it, heck, we'll build more platforms. We have the space here. That's the beauty of it.
Going back to location, Chambly, it's a pretty good location. You guys want to say like the address, I guess, right? Yeah. Address, and it's like what, 20 minutes from Atlanta?
It's probably, the address is 3039 Anweiler Road, Atlanta, Georgia, 30360, I believe.
Yep. Suite 112.
Suite 112, that's important. That's very important. We picked this location, Chambly, because it's not too far from the airport. It's not too far from Metro Atlanta. We're really close to the area. Another reason we picked this was because we are very school friendly. Like lots of different colleges have powerlifting clubs. Like you have Georgia Tech, you have Emory, you have GSU, UGA, just to name a few. And they have to travel so far just to go to a powerlifting gym. So we wanted to be in this area so that it would cut down on that time that they have to travel like over an hour to get to a certain gym or, something like that. But
ultimately we want to be here so these teams feel like, we can practice more than once a week. We don't have to wait, because who wants to drive an hour or an hour plus to train, and maybe we'll do that once a week or twice a month. If we're in your backyard, we're 25 minutes away. Heck, you could do that every other day, and as long as, we have the space for a team, we'll throw a team in, we'll schedule you. So that was really what we wanted to focus on, I've never seen an environment with so many lifters without a facility dedicated to them. Savannah has a facility. Augusta has a phenomenal facility. I'm going to shout out I3. They are just so good at what they do. They have such a great base. And I was a member there for years and years. They do it well, and we wanted to kind of emulate that, put our own spin on it, and really even offer things that they don't even have, and kind of blow the doors open on this market and offer things to young athletes and older athletes and that, something you've never seen before. When you come here, you're going to feel welcome. It's a clean and friendly environment. But at the same time, you come in, it's like, we're getting stuff done here. You're going to see somebody deadlifting over 700 pounds here on the reg. It's not going to be a stop the music, oh my gosh moment. We want that. We want that constantly. And it won't be rare to see two guys squatting 500 pounds next to each other. You don't really see that every day now. It's very rare you see that. And in here, it's going to be a frequent thing. And we're excited about that. We really are.
Okay. What's the current state of the gym right now? So you're in the progress of waiting for permits.
Right, correct.
Besides that, what other equipment are you waiting on besides, I guess, combo racks?
Yep. So besides combo racks, we're waiting on the delivery of our leg press and a hack squat. We have your basic cardio equipment.
Treadmill,
Stairmaster, that's on order. As for that, there's a few little machines here, and I know it sounds silly, but calf machine and stuff like that. We're really ready to go. We could technically open our doors right now if we had the permit ready to go. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that personally, because like I said, I want to offer everything possible that we can within reason. But yeah, at the moment we are full swing, painting, doing floors, demoing, adding bathrooms, adding a shower, getting cameras put up, gates, the whole nine. I'm not sleeping, man. I'm working hard, and my kids are asking where dad is, and I'm here working hard. And that's where we're at. We're working really hard to open at the end of July. We want to be open within 2 weeks of the schools being open. Worst case scenario, right before they open. We want to avoid that, obviously. We want people to know about us and get used to us. So like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. We're going to school, going to lift here. That's what we want, But we're moving well. But yeah, there's certain things that we can't, have any input on, and that's red tape. We got to wait for the city to approve bathrooms, and it's got to be handicap accessible. We got to be friendly for everybody to come here. So that's what we're waiting on. And these are things that no one tells you when you're opening a business,
What's going to be the structure like when someone registers? Because you were telling me, are you still sticking to the QR sign up?
So I'll let Mike explain that, because he's a little more, knowledgeable on that.
Yeah, so another awesome thing that's rare these days, in fact, I've never even seen it, is that you can sign up at our door at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday, and you can have access to our facility within 15 minutes. Which means if you're in town and you're visiting from, say, Houston, for whatever reason, you're having a bad day, I want to get a lift in and I don't want to go to Planet Fitness. Well, hey, guess what? We have a spot for you. You can come to our door, you can select a day pass, a week pass, a month pass, whatever you want. You can either scan the QR code or go right to the website or the app we're going to have. And you can pull in there, purchase a membership. It's going to have you fill out basic information. You're going to sign our waiver. You're going to accept our rules and conditions, which is just standard procedures for any gym. Once you pay and check out, it's going to take you to a door access company, which we're using. And it's a QR code. The QR code changes every time you scan it. You don't need internet for it. So for whatever reason your phone's out, the QR code will still work. You can still get into our gym. You scan that sucker at the door and you're let in. The gym is yours.
You don't need like an ID? You don't need them to take a picture of their ID, or like what's the safety?
So as for that process, that your ID essentially is going to be your credit card. Your credit is going to be your credit card. We're working with the company right now to integrate taking a photo. You're going to have to take a photo of your face. AI software, if you take a photo of your shoe, it's not going to work. It's going to have you retake it. There's certain things like that. We want to get to know our members. We're still going to be staffed, a typical 9 to 5 or 10 to 6. So we can still sign people up, get used to and know people and show our face. But we want to have that ability. We want somebody to be able to sign up. We don't want to turn people away at 6 a.m. Let's say you have a personal trainer and he made the switch and, oh my gosh, I can't sign you up today because we're not in the office until 10 or whatever the situation. We want to avoid all that. We want it to be very open and seamless. For security purposes, this place is locked down pretty good. There's fire exits obviously, but you're not gonna be able to just walk in our bay doors and steal equipment or whatever. We have cameras of every angle. The police department is literally down the road, fire department. We're a safe, secure facility. And like I said, clean. It's gonna remain clean. That's also something that is kind of hard to come by nowadays, at a lot of gyms, even commercial gyms.
Okay, are we still doing the fence?
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
That's gonna come in
Yep.
later.
So these doors on non-staffed hours will be double locked.
Okay.
So if let's say we close up shop, we haven't figured out our work schedule. Let's say it's 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. whatever it is. Gates are locked, and they're locked from the outside, meaning the chain link fence. They're locked from the outside. You're on camera. You know what I mean? It's literally covered on camera, and as well, these bay doors are going to be bolt locked. So bolt locked and padlocked. So if you are, I don't know, you're a single mom and you want to come in here by yourself, you can come here and you can feel safe throughout the night. We have cameras, we have every angle covered. Doors are locked. The only way you can get in is by our sign up and all that. And at the same time too, if you put in that your address is, I don't know, Chambly, but your billing address is New York, it's going to flag it. It's going to be an issue. And that's not a problem. You'll still gain access to the gym, but you're probably going to have to come when we're staffed. And I'm going to say, all right, this is what's going on. I got to verify you in the whole 9 yards. These are things that we're still working with the door access company to go over. To give you an idea, I don't mind throwing their name out there. Their name is Kisi, and they've been in business for a very long time. They work with huge companies. I think LA Fitness, Lifetime, they're working their way over to this QR code setup at the front desk. It's the exact same company. We're just integrating it to our door. So it's literally going to be, that's how you open the door.
Yeah, because I go to Lifetime and they recently changed it where it's just like tap to
Correct.
check in instead of someone manually being there and scanning your phone or your card. So something like that, but eliminate everybody, right? Just
Right.
You can do it yourself. Going back to the doors for folks that can't see, you have 2 double dock doors, right?
Correct. Yep.
So during staff hours, I'm sure they're gonna be open. You're gonna have some big ass fans.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Another thing that's great to point out, because I was here, for the original when it was empty.
Right.
The sun path goes directly over and it goes this way instead of like this way.
Right.
So there's never going to be a time where the sun's like blazing in.
Yeah.
Correct.
And it's going to be perfect because we're going to be in the shade the whole time.
Yep. So one of the things that we noticed when we came in here, it's different when we're sitting here sweating right now. We got no fans on.
Yeah.
We got audio set up. We can't leave our fans on, right? But when the fans are going, and keep in mind, this whole time we've been working in here. We have one little Costco jet fan, and it's literally could fit in my lap, and it's been keeping this place relatively cool.
Yeah.
We have 2 4-foot barrel fans, one pushing and one pulling. This place will probably be 15 degrees, 10 degrees at most cooler than it is right now.
It's not bad right now either.
You could work out in this.
Yeah.
You could work out in this, but I ideally, being a hot-blooded Italian, I want it to be a little cooler in here, and those fans are going to do it. And as well, to your point, the sun path, the only windows on this place are in the front. The sun path is almost never shining directly in those windows.
Yeah.
So even where we have glass, it's not going to give you this fishbowl effect where you feel like I can't breathe in here. There's good ventilation here. Our doors will typically be propped open off camera. You can't see them. We have 2 semi-access doors. Those will be propped open. Airflow is going to be great. And in the case of an emergency, you're really hot, we still have air conditioning available here. So for events, when you want to host an event and your rule is you need AC, we can provide that. There's an AC duct right above us. We just don't want to run it 24/7. It's a huge expense, and we're a new gym, and got to give us some slack somewhere, and that's it. But
Okay.
we can offer it,
Specialty bars. What you got?
Ooh, so I'm
Kabukis.
Kabukis right now, we have 1. We ordered 1 just because of the fact I was in prep and I needed it, so I ordered it. But we're gonna get more coming in because of the type of meets that we're gonna run. We're mainly catering towards WRPF, and it's a requirement to have it in the weight room or in the warm-up room when it's on platform. So people have to be able to warm up with it. But we have Rogue Squat Bar. We have 10 Ohio Power Bars. And they vary from some of them are comp bars, some of them are the 45 Ohio zinc bars. We have 2 Ohio deadlift bars. And we also have a couple of Ollie bars in here. I want to say we have 2 Ollie bars.
There's more stuff
Yeah,
sitting
and
around
there's
the
just
floor
a bunch
too.
of stuff
Yep.
everywhere, but just to name a few, we have a lot of specialty bars. And again, that's another thing. Working out at certain gyms, we run into the problem, there's only 2 power bars. And if you're a power lifter, some power lifters are really picky about the bar they use, or if they're in comp, they're gonna wanna use that equipment that they're gonna use in comp. So just to cut out the issue of, having to wait, because that's the biggest thing. People are like wanting to be in and out in the gym sometimes, and they don't wanna have to sit there and wait, get cold and whatever they're trying to do. They're trying to get ready with the workout and go, right? So that's why we offer the amount of equipment that we have, so like there is no wait time. I mean, granted, there is gonna be wait time when we have a lot of people in, because I feel like the environment that we're trying to create, a lot of people are gonna wanna come here because they see what we have going on. So,
but instead of, sorry to interrupt you, but instead of waiting on 2 compos or 2 power cages, right? You're waiting on a total of 10. There's 10 places to squat.
Yeah.
Like you don't see that in a private gym, Now our benches are also the combos, so you're gonna have to work in and out, but the way we have it set up, we're probably gonna have 3 of them. I think we have 3 with the safety bars on the side. So we'll probably just keep those as benches, but hey, if it's overflowing and you need a place to squat and it's open, it's not hard. Pick the bench up, move it, and good to go. So that's, I'm sure, like you said, there's gonna be waits. You can't avoid that, right? But you're waiting on 10 spaces versus 2, you know? So that's pretty unique. And going back to the bars, a lot of times you have these specialty bars that get damaged. You have guys coming in and they want to work out. They work out their own way. That's fine. I'm not a hater, but maybe they're doing rack pulls, and he's doing rack pulls with a kabuki bar. And in my opinion, I want to vomit when I see that, right? But people don't know. So we're gonna have a color-coded system, color tape. Our combos have these bars. Our certain bars will probably be set aside. If you want to use them, that's fine. But if I see you rack pulling with the kabuki, I'm going to be a little upset, not going to lie. But we're also going to offer some lower end bars in our power cage and stuff like that, which there's nothing wrong with that. Cap. We'd rather those bars get damaged. We can replace them easily. No one's going to have any hurt feelings about it. So we're not just going to have these expensive bars laying around. We'll have some standard bars, and anybody with a good eye is going to notice the difference, and they're there for a reason. So if an 18-year-old kid wants to come in here and lift for the first time, we have stuff that he's not going to damage. And again, we're going to be here to help him. I mean, in my opinion, there's nobody better than this guy sitting there telling you how to squat properly, telling you how to deadlift properly. He's the guy, in my opinion. I'm proud of working with you, man. I really am.
Proud of working with them too.
Okay. Going back to the bars, you said you had a few ollie bars too, right? So is it going to be ollie friendly, like deadlift on the deadlift platforms, or what are you thinking?
So we are actually building our own deadlift platforms, and we want to be able, like, again, we don't want to turn down anyone, so we want to be able to cater towards everyone that we can, right? What was that? The bumpers, they're somewhere around here.
We do have them.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of organizing. At the moment,
we don't have a ton of them, but we are going to offer them.
There's some right there on that rack.
Yeah,
the 25K. Yeah. So a couple of people that we know do some Olympic weightlifting, so just want to be able to offer that to them. We're going to build a platform for them so that they can do what they have to do. But again, that's not what we're catering towards, but we want to be able to offer it.
We're going to offer it. One of our deadlift platforms will be Olympic. It will be an Olympic platform. You'll be able to do your lifts on it.
Exactly. That needs to be so.
And also, we're going to have, like, going back to catering everybody, we're going to have turf. We're going to have 50 feet of turf. Color match to our wall, no big deal. But we're going to have 50 feet of turf. We're going to have sleds. At the moment, we haven't offered strongman equipment. Now, it's not saying that we won't. We just want to gauge who we got. If we have people coming in and, it's the second guy this week who says he's in a strongman, we'll buy the equipment, We're starting a business on a tight budget, but we're not broke. We can purchase the stuff if we need it. We just don't want to overspend. We'd rather put that money. We know our market's powerlifting, bodybuilding, so we're catering that right now. But if you come in here and you say, I really want this special incline bench, well, hey, I mean, maybe it's something we're gonna, we'll look at purchasing. One of the things very early on that we came up with was we're gonna put our members to a vote. We're gonna purchase one quality piece of equipment annually or semi-annually. We'll see what happens, depends on how well we're doing. But our members are gonna vote on it. If we want new dumbbells or we want, who knows, more bumper plates, right?
I'm gonna vote for the calf raise machine. I really want a calf raise machine.
Well,
You already know we have
luckily they're
small
pretty darn
calves.
affordable. So if we want 10 of them, I can buy 10 of them. So we don't need them. But what I'm trying to say is we haven't figured out the details of that. It could be as simple as writing a tally under a chalkboard. I have no idea how we're going to do that quite yet. But we are going to have members vote on equipment. If, like I said, if the gym's lacking in one area, hey, put it on the board. And once we have an idea of what we think we want to buy, we'll put up 3 or 4 options. And if one thing's heavy, this is what we want, that's what we're buying. And we want this gym to, the worst thing you can do, in my opinion, with the gym is buy equipment and then not listen to your members. You have all your stuff sitting around and you have members walking in and out of the door and they're getting frustrated. I can't get a good lift in anymore, or I feel like I've maxed out in this gym and I'm not growing. We want this gym to be ever evolving in a good way, obviously. We want to be able to bring in new equipment. Let's say the leg press is always swamped for whatever reason. Bodybuilders want to use the leg press, that's great. Well, let's put it on the board. If enough people want it, we'll get a second one. We have the space, and that's something we're proud to offer. And even commercial gyms don't do that. They don't. Whatever they buy at the beginning, that's what they put in. That's the end of it.
Going back to the strongman stuff, outside these docks, it's perfectly flat.
It is.
It's perfectly flat.
It is.
So
Yep.
you can use a yoke.
Right.
A lot of strongman stuff, CrossFit stuff, perfect for outside classes or just whatever you want to do outside, really.
Atlas stones, whatever you need to do, we have the space. It's a wide, like you said, it's a very wide section. I can't wait for everybody to see it. But tire flips even, we're going to have the space back there. We just want to gauge interest.
Absolutely.
I don't want to, the worst thing we can do is put all that money for one person when there's 300 people that want this certain thing. So we're going to open up with the essentials and we have a budget ready to go and we're going to see what we need. Do we need a second treadmill even? Do we need a third Echo bike? Do we need another platform? We want to kind of see, we don't want to just throw money at a problem. We want to wait and see what we got. Because you never know who's going to walk in here. Who knows? There could be some professional athlete that lives in the apartments down here, and he comes in here and he needs something. We want to be ready for him.
Y'all gonna have food?
Food. So we are going to offer
That is important.
That is
I
important.
agree. Yeah.
That is important. We are going to offer certain things like drinks. We'll have a refrigerator. That will.
My fridge here. I got a fridge.
He has a vending machine too.
Venmo stamp, like QR code, $5.
$5.
Well, just like most gyms, we're going to have our mini fridge. We're going to have a microwave and all that. You can put your lunch in there, or maybe in the morning you put your lunch in the refrigerator to go to work. Whatever. We're going to have that space. We are also going to have a full-size refrigerator where we're going to sell, let's say you forgot to buy a Gatorade, or let's say you're feeling lightheaded, you want a liquid IV or something. We're going to have all that reasonably priced, cheaper than the gas station. We're going to have it on site. We'll have your snacks, chips, whatever. I know people like Haribo gummies. We'll have them. So, you don't have to leave the gym, go all the way down the road to get an energy drink. We'll have it.
Yeah, we'll have that thing.
We'll have
those things. And then again, like we'll fill it out too. So say for instance, like we want to get like those Simply Fresh meals, right? Like we'll have a microwave. So if like a bodybuilder's in here and they want to they didn't bring their meal because they're on prep or something, right? And they need a macro-friendly meal, we may offer that too. Again, we just have to kind of see like if the market's there for that.
Market's there for that, and also the legality of serving food. We may need a license for that specifically. So we may be limited to Powerades and snacks.
Just stick to drinks.
Right, but HelloFresh being sealed, we might be able to do that. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
We have to look into that.
Yeah.
But it's a phenomenal idea, and we can look into it. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. What are some struggles that you've encountered during this whole process? How long has it been since y'all signed papers and have been at this location?
Gosh.
So I believe we signed the lease to this place on May 25th. It was actually funny because I was driving back from Florida picking up a combo rack, I believe. Yep.
And I'm sorry, is today the 25th?
No, wait. Today is the 25th. It's June.
Exactly 1 month.
Yeah.
It's been 1 month. I told you I haven't slept. You should have seen this place.
Yeah.
You did, but actually. But my apologies.
No. Yeah, so we've had this place for a month and we've we've done a lot so far. Like we've come a long way, and we start where we can, because again, like you mentioned earlier, it takes the biggest issue that we've run into is permits. Like being able to, build another bathroom or tear something down. You have to cap the electricity and things like that. You need permits to do those things, and that is a timely process. It's not something like you put it in one day and then it's there the next. So again, we've been doing the things that we can. So like building equipment, we painted the floors, we painted the walls. As you can see behind us, we're trying to finish up this wall. We're gonna put our logo up there, a vinyl logo, camera.
Lighting changes on the way.
Yeah.
Finding architects.
Absolutely.
Finding, GC to work with us and all these things. And these are the things that, nobody tells you. Nobody tells you you're going to run into these things. Everybody who's never opened a business, it's, get the lease, put your logo up, let's go. It's not how it works. It's not Hollywood. There's a lot of red tape, and opening a gym, there's a
lot of hidden costs too.
There's hidden costs. Yeah. Who would have thought get an architect to draw something's $8,000? We just found that one out. We don't have to stick with that guy, but these are things that no one tells you about. And when you're putting a lot of money into something that you're passionate about, you can get lost pretty quick. So you have to have the mental maturity to take a step back, save. Just because I want that Arsenal strength hack squat machine doesn't mean I need it right now. Let's get this thing going first, and that's where we're at. That's the hardest struggle is we want to offer the best stuff, and we could easily be buying that right now, but
definitely.
Our doors aren't open yet. We need to get that sucker open before we start doing that. Yeah. So timeline wise, fortunately, even though we've been saying Chambly, on paper, we're technically Peachtree Corners. The city of Peachtree Corners makes it pretty easy. If we were in Atlanta proper, oh my gosh, we'd be in trouble right now. It'd be months and months out to get simple permits, and just because of the volume of businesses. Luckily, Peachtree's made it pretty simple. This entire month has been hiccups on trying to figure out that process, because no one just has it written down. Every situation's different. So our GC and as well as us, we've been working pretty hard to nail it down. We have the process figured out. Yeah. But unless you have a resource that's done it, it's pretty tough. It's tough.
It is. And it's, to backtrack a little bit, it's Mike was mentioning that, buying a lot of equipment, right? So it's good to have a partner in place, because they can help you see. Honestly, he was the one, kind of holding me back a little bit, because
I'm a little bit older.
Because he's wiser, right? So like, I'm the type of person that is like, I want to offer literally the best product on the market for the people that are going to come here. So like, I'm making trips to pick up kilos. If I see bars or whatever it is that I see that I think is going to benefit the gym, I'm like, no hesitation, I want to get it.
You've put 25,000 miles on a Toyota Sequoia, by the way.
Right? So you can see
tires.
that.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. So it's like having someone to not hold you accountable, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like to keep you in check.
Bring you back down to earth a little bit.
Keep you level or grounded, right? Is an amazing thing to have. So, because again, like I was saying, there's a lot of hidden costs that, we didn't see coming into this, or we didn't really account for. So now it's like we're getting to a point where we have to dial back a little bit on the equipment and focus on, the reconstruction of making this place look good.
And easy to maintain. If the facility, if the floors are rough, they're not finished, or the bathrooms have tile in it, guess what? That's harder to clean, which means it gets dirty quicker, which means it grosses people out. I don't like walking into a bathroom at a gym and the floor is absolutely disgusting. I don't like smelling people's sweat in the bathroom. You're gonna run into that, right? But if it's easy to clean, we can keep it clean a lot easier. It stays clean longer. And that's what we want. We want people to feel comfortable taking a shower in our facility. I need to go to work. I need to be at work for 8. I'm going to finish lifting at 7. I want to be able to take a shower, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Like I said, I was in the military, and we're on tight timelines, and I never lifted on base. So I used to, do my PT, and I'd rush to a gym and get a quick lift in. And to people who are in the military, that sounds crazy. I really did it, And I'd come back to the barracks, clean up, and go to work, and then do it again in the evening, And if the gym didn't have a clean shower, it was impossible. And shout out to Savannah for offering some pretty awesome places to lift. But it's a rare thing up here, and I really wanted to bring that here. Going back to keeping you grounded, it's not my first business. This is my first business in a building, you know what I mean? But I've been hustling since I was a kid. I grew up in a very bad city. Parents didn't have a lot of money, you know? If I wanted a pair of sneakers to fit in, I had to buy them, you know? I've been working at Paper Route from 8 years old to 17 years old. So on paper, every single morning, except for Christmas Day, I was getting up at 4 in the morning before school, Monday, 364 days a year. To deliver newspapers. So technically, I've been working since I was 8 years old, which is nuts, and I'm proud of that. But with all that time, it's given me a little bit of experience, and I know when you came into this and you were hustling, you're ready to go, and there's nothing wrong with that. But man, I was like, Alex, we gotta plan this out. We gotta be a little methodical, you know. And I'm happy that I'm fortunate that I've had that background, and I could see that problem before it happened. And guess what? We got some pretty sweet stuff. And we still have a budget, which is great, you know, so we can do everything we wanted to do, which is great.
That's good. So Alex, I know you're an athlete. So as you open this gym, how has that vision kind of changed, or is it still the same? Or are you struggling to focus on whether to be a gym owner or an athlete? Like, which is first to you now?
So as of right now, obviously being a gym owner is what's priority in my life right now. I am still training and doing things, but training has been kind of a struggle. But again, I've still been pushing my training because I'm actually getting ready for another meet. October 27th, I'm doing the American Pro. So, you know, being here day and night, it's about, really how I look at it is, it's about how bad you want things and prioritizing your time. So coming here, knocking out what needs to be done first, and then having the rest of my day to go about doing what I need to do, getting those things done. So I wouldn't say like that one is over the other in a sense, but I am prioritizing, you know, getting this place open, but training still also has its place in my life where it's not like on the back burner.
American Pro is WRPF?
It is a national level meet that some of the biggest names in the WRPF are gonna do.
So what's with Switch? No more USAPL?
It's not no more USAPL. I just kind of wanted something different. I've been talking to Micah a lot, Micah Morano. He lives in Vegas. He's like head of the WRPF. Well, he's up there. I'm not sure his exact position, but he kind of, how he introduced me to it. He had me do one of his fighter quit meets, and I kind of just fell in love with, you know, the way that they host meets and just the bars that they use and things like that. And I felt like that was probably one of the best meets I've done since I've done powerlifting. The production, the cleanliness, the organization of like how everything was in the meet, it just made me want to do it again. So he reached out to me again and was like, hey, you want to do the American Pro? And I was like, of course. I didn't want to turn down that offer. So not saying that I'm done with USAPL, but just taking a break from USAPL and kind of exploring different options. I feel like lifting is, you know, something that you shouldn't limit yourself to just one thing. And I feel like that's what a lot of people do in powerlifting. Like they say USAPL is superior. I don't necessarily think that. I would like to have a total in each, you know, each federation. I think that would be really cool to have a total on a deadlift bar and a squat bar and a stiff bar, you know, something like that. But as long as you're pushing yourself and, you know, trying to get stronger, that's the goal at the end of the day for me.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little different for me. It's a little, I stress, you know, I stress about things. You know, weightlifting, you know, a little crazy story, weightlifting literally saved my life. I was going through a really, really hard time. It was my last 2 years in the Army, and it was just a tough time in my life. And a good buddy of mine, actually I approached him, shout out to Sean. Dude has been yacked out of his mind since I met him. And if you know anything about the military, you have to be in, especially the Army, you have to be in height and tape standards. And this guy looked like he was Thor walking around, but he still managed to pass height and weight, pass tape. He could still run his 2 mile at a decent time. He'd do his fit, you know? And I was holding on tight. I was having a really hard time. And I approached him. I barely knew him. I said, hey man, I want to look like you know? And it's a true story. And he said, you know, he's heard that a million times, I'm sure. All right, well, come to the gym with me. And I went to the gym, and I have not looked back. And that's been, what, 7, 8 years ago now? Should we pause?
God damn. All right.
But that's going back. It's been seven or 8 years ago now, and I've been pretty yoked up until about, I don't know, 8 months ago, and I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost a lot of weight, stress, and I'm not able to lift like I was. But my goal here is get the sucker open, and I'm going to be in here for 8 hours a day for most of the week. I'm going to get pretty darn big again. But yeah, no, it's been stressful. It's taken a toll on me. You got 2 kids, wife works 2 jobs. I'm out here. It's tough. It's not easy. So for me, my focus has been get this gym open, get it running flawlessly, and then hop back to it. And for me, I'm not competing. I just like looking good and I feel good. So
he is going to compete though.
Alex
I'm
has
getting him there.
Convinced me.
I'm definitely getting him there.
Your first meet.
First meet ever. First meet ever. I've helped at meets. Shout out again, I3. I've been down there. I've seen the meets. I've seen how they've run. Plate loading and the whole 9 yards, but I've never actually competed, and I'd like to do it. I have the strength in certain areas. My bench is way above average, but I got some work to do in my back. I got a back injury. I got to get my back up to snuff and start competing, doing some deadlifts. And again, having this guy is huge. Our buddy, our good friend David Tao, he's also phenomenal with working with injuries. He knows how to handle a guy with an injured back, injured legs. And so having these guys around here, they're going to bring me up to speed. I'll probably never be on your level, especially with the stuff I got going on. Just never going to happen. But guess what? I can compete with you. I'll get there. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Okay. So, are there any questions you want to ask me about? I guess because I'm going to be running the media. So it's like, what is the direction you want? What do you want when people think of DNA strength? What do you want them to see? Like on Instagram or wherever, banner, content. What's the image that you want them to see?
That's a good question. It's a really good question.
Because I can make it look, cool and all, but it's like,
but you need
what
some type of
right? It would be like something what I think is cool, whereas it's your gym. So it's like
for me personally, when every time someone sees this place, whether it's a video or in person, I really want them to think there is no need for me to go anywhere else. If my goal is to look better, lose weight even, or prep for a meet, there is absolutely no reason to go anywhere else. If you live within a certain distance of this place, within say 30, 35, 40 minutes, come here. You know what I mean? That's what we want. We want it to look clean, we want it to look professional, but we also want it to look like we're rough around the edges. We'll get this job done, and we have the equipment. And in my experience, it's usually the clients that do that for you. Gene, look at Gene. Gene's a monster. Tyler, these guys are strong. With all these guys we know, they come in here and they look like they could move a mountain. And when you're in an environment like that all the time, it pushes you to better yourself. When you're surrounded by somebody who's a giant, guess what? Over time, you're going to start to look like them. They're going to give you tips. You're going to lift like them. You're going to grow, right? But at the same time, in the background, that place looks pretty clean. Wow, that it's organized. People put their equipment back. Like it's run like a ship, so to speak. That's what I want people to see: is a professional, clean, however tough environment, a place that's going to push you, and looking pretty cool is kind of sweet too. So, but how about you, man?
I think from the aspect of you're saying how the social media should kind of like, if I'm the viewer, right, and I'm looking in at like what DNA is, I want people to see that this is a gym that has everything to offer. It's an environment where it's like friendly.
That's a big one. Yeah.
It is, you shouldn't have to feel like you walk in this place and people are unapproachable or there's creeps in here. Yep. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but like, I want it to be like family friendly, but also like, we're in here working hard, like every single day. Every single day we have a goal in mind and we're trying to reach that goal. As corny as it would say, pushing yourself 110%, shout out Kevin Papa, trying to better yourself. But that's something that I have to think about more in depth as far as like the media direction the route that we should take. Of course, you offer a lot of good advice on that, so I'll probably definitely be collabing with you more on that.
You brought up a very good point and something that we haven't touched on. Not many gyms do this, and it was actually recommended to me by somebody. We force everybody to sign, at least check, acknowledge a sexual harassment waiver. And I know that may sound, a little, no, but we're serious about it. We're both gentlemen. I have a daughter, right? I don't like creeps, point blank. If you come in here and you put your hands on a woman or anybody for that matter, or you make someone feel uncomfortable, if it's within reason, if we can prove that you're doing that, you're out of here. You're out of here. I'm not going to give you a second chance. This is a professional environment. I want people to come here and feel safe. I want, a monster to be picking up weight, but I also want a mother or father to feel comfortable dropping off their, 17-year-old or 18-year-old and coming here and lift. I want that environment. And this is a place to better ourselves as humans. Double helix, DNA, right? What do you got inside? It's find your limit and let's break it. It doesn't matter how old you are or you're a man or a woman or what your background is. I want you to feel comfortable in here at all times. And that's hence the security cameras and everything. And like I said, if you're making someone feel uncomfortable, you're out. I'm not giving a second. I don't care if you're my best friend. If you do something to a member, he or she feels uncomfortable, done. See you later. Go somewhere else. Be someone else's problem. That's how I look at it. So hence sexual harassment waiver.
Okay. Going back to, I guess, safety and overall safety, general hours, I'm assuming, is like from 9 to 5, something like that.
9 to 5, 10 to 6.
Yeah, so Are you going to have like staff? Do you plan on having some type of staff, or do you plan on having trainers? Or
That's a good point. So Mike and I are going to be here working all those days, like literally Monday to Saturday. We will have trainers. David is going to be a trainer here. So those trainer, I don't know, how would we?
So, our trainers, they're not employees, right? Think if 1099, independent contractor, right? They're their own entity. They still work for us and under us. You can schedule personal training or group training with them right on our app even. But they're their own entity. However, a lot of these people we've known for a long time. We vet them. We know them well. And we're going to have trainers, newer trainers, new faces are going to be here. We don't know them quite yet. We're not going to give them access to our office and all that. But a lot of these guys we trust. We're, basically blood brothers. They will be in and out of here. They're friendly faces. They will, they'll be able to answer your questions. And, if there's a problem, they can call us. But it's no different than your typical niche powerlifting bodybuilding gym in that regard. We're going to have our trainers. Trainers are going to, they're going to look and present like employees. But most crazy business hours, the morning rush, the evening rush, we're going to be here. So that's, and for reference, I live 12 minutes away without traffic. So there's an issue. Someone can't get in, I'll be here.
Same. I don't live too far either.
yeah. That's good, going back to the QR, because I mentioned, I'm like, what if someone shows up at like 5 in the morning with no internet, right? So you're saying you can log do everything without internet?
Yeah, so just what's the your RFID, the key tag thing? What's no? So if you're like clocking into a business and it gives you a code, what's that called?
Like
a verification.
Correct. It uses that software, that system that's set
like a
up.
text message.
No, so like it's on a timer, right? So it pushes out this certain code at this time, right? And if your last check-in was at this time, it's going to be able to recognize that. However, Key, our door access, has their own 24-hour support, and it's integrated with our gym software company. So we will be able to put tech support on our door if you can't get in. Now, if we'll figure it out. If we have to put our phone number on the door, or maybe I'll get a Google phone, and if it's within a reasonable hour, I will drive out here and get you in. But I don't really see that being an issue. This isn't an untested software. Like I said, these guys, they literally have thousands of gyms across the whole world. In fact, the guy training us is from Brazil. And they're all over the place. They don't really have many issues. The reviews are through the roof. So I have full faith and confidence in them, but at the same time, if we have an issue with it, we'll switch. We'll go to staffed hours. We'll change we'll do what we have to do. But we want to offer that 24/7 experience. And that's why we chose this company. And, maybe a little TMI, we're paying a lot for it. This company is very well known. It's not some hack job. deep bowels of the internet, I found this door access and software company. No, these guys are top tier. Like I said, LA and Lifetime, one of the two uses the same company. So if it's good enough for them with thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands of members, it's good enough for us. Yeah. I feel completely confident with them.
Again, we want to offer the best for our members, plain and simple.
Okay. I see that. Are you going to get any more mirrors, or is this basically it?
For now, this is it. Now it looks a little crazy because there's no equipment sitting over here.
Nothing's put together.
Yeah, to give you some context, behind you in front of these mirrors is going to be a 9-station Nautilus machine, cable machine that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a huge superstructure. It's one of the biggest ones Nautilus. In fact, it is the biggest one Nautilus sells. It is a huge cable machine. And putting the mirrors there, guess what? You're doing flies, chest flies, and you're a bodybuilder. You could see your pump. I'm not engaging. I like that personally. I really do. It helps me. So having these mirrors, it's a small price to pay for us. The reason they stop right there is because we're likely going to have either our monolift or 2 of our power racks over there. So there's really no need to have the mirrors go all the way over there. It looks a little crazy now. Once that space is filled in, it'll make sense. And of course, just like normal, our dumbbells will sit in front. Our benches and rollout stuff. And another great thing, with the racks so close to our dumbbells, you can wheel over a bench and you don't have to go 10, 15 feet. Set up your incline, set up chest, shoulder press, whatever you want to do right there. So you don't have to drag it from that side of the gym to that side of the gym. Right. The setup's gonna make really good sense. Our plate loaded machines will be in here with the plates. Our weight stack machines will be in that front section where you don't have to carry plates in and out.
Okay. The logo DNA is purple and black.
Yes.
Is that the colorway?
Yeah, purple, black, yeah.
Purple, black.
And maybe a little white.
A little white.
Yeah.
So I know. Are you gonna add the accents? Are you gonna try to do the accents yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about clothing?
So we actually pre-ordered shirts already, so they should be here. Oh, actually, the shirts should be here like next week. We are gonna have a clothing brand or clothing line. We made some comp shirts that for the grand opening will be available for purchase. Hopefully you guys like them. We put a lot of time into it. The quality of those shirts are really good, and it's something like very breathable, like that you could wear. They're black, but you could wear it in 90-degree weather.
Something about the logo placement and why it's where it is.
So the logo placement is gonna be like right in the center, because when you wear a singlet, obviously everything else is gonna be covered, so you will be able to see that logo part when you're lifting. There is also the DNA strength logo on the back of the shirt,
And going back to his background, my background, when he told me it'd be centered, I had no idea why. I'm like, no, Alex, it's going over your breast. Like, absolutely not. And he's like, no, it's going to be centered. And we had this conversation, went back and forth for a few days, actually. And he's like, Mike, think singlet. Our athletes are going to be, our logo is going to be centered. They're going to be proud of it. I was like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. So for our first line, we're probably going to have our most dedicated people show up right away when we open. Those shirts will be available for sale at a reasonable price. We also have vinyl stickers. We'll probably hand out at a grand opening to everybody. We'll have other shirts, when meets start rolling around, we'll screen print specialty shirts, the standard gorilla bite in the bar, and all, of course, we'll have all that stuff, it's everybody does it.
What's that brand? Shout out. What's the brand?
Not Gorilla Mind, is it?
No.
Southside Barbenders.
No hate there, but you see it a lot. Yeah, you see it a lot.
Yeah, we probably, honestly, I'm gonna let you know, we both have our graphic designer, Noah Dawood.
Mm-hmm.
He's been helping a lot behind the scenes and things like that. So yeah, literally shout out Noah.
Noah's great.
He designed my logo too.
Yeah, he designed the DNA logo, and a lot of people love it. I loved it when I saw it. He also designed my Team H2O logo, so he's done a lot of work for us. Basically, he's family, so he's gonna help, come up with different things for the clothing brand and things like that. Yeah, so
we'll probably get pretty silly too. Yeah. I kind of want my dog Lady to be on a shirt. So people love dogs, so maybe we can do something goofy like that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have shirts available, and we're gonna constantly freshen it up. We're not gonna wait for a shirt to sell out to buy more. If they're not selling, do something else. You know?
Yeah.
Pre-workout?
I feel like the pre-workout market is super oversaturated.
You don't want to just, private label, slap your logo on a plastic container?
We'll slap our vinyl logo to the back of Total War and call it.
Right.
I don't think, to your point, it's just every gym's doing it now. And it's in my experience, it's the same formula from the same 3 vendors, and they're making their money, and that's great. I'm all about it. But I don't really see a need. We want to offer our guys and gals quality stuff.
Yeah.
I can't take pre-workout anymore because of a health issue. I miss it every day. But when I was taking it, I freaking want the best. I want, if Insane Clown Posse made a freaking pre-workout, I'd buy it. I'd buy it right away, But yeah, so we just want the good stuff. We don't want to put, fillers and all that. And we're also very health conscious. So.
One thing that I'm in the process of working on is Kevin and I have been talking about just, kind of partnering together. He's the owner of 110%. It's a pretty well-known pre-workout brand, and a lot of powerlifters know it. I think a lot of bodybuilders know that brand as well. So having his pre-workout here, because it's manufactured here. So we're in the works of kind of just, collabing on something and potentially having that product here, so it's readily available and you don't have to pay that shipping, and it's just here already. So.
And if I like you, we could probably have an espresso in my office, so, no big deal. that's my pre-workout now.
It's definitely a plus, yeah. Like, we have, two of the biggest pre-workout companies, supplement companies just down the street.
We do, yeah.
So it's very easy to do that. I also don't really take pre-workout anymore, right? So have you ever tried salt loading?
No.
That's essentially what I do. So I'll usually work out in the morning around 7 or 8.
Right.
And I just work out fasted.
Okay.
And I'll take, what a tri-oral is?
Yeah.
So I'll take half a pack before my workout. I'll basically salt load 30 minutes before I work out. And then take the other half after I finish working out. And that's what I've been doing.
Oh, I'll have to look into it. For me, I can't raise my blood pressure. Now, that sounds crazy because I'm working out. But I can't let it spike. It's a potentially fatal issue. So now I'm okay, but I have to really, really watch it, and it's a relatively new thing, so I'm still learning. Shout out to the VA, I guess, for potentially saving my life. I can't believe I'm saying that. They did a great job. But they found something scary, and I'm gonna be okay. Now we know it's there. But I really have to be careful with my blood pressure. So pre-workouts were one thing, the first thing to go, and thank God I could still have some espresso. So I'm good, but I gotta be careful there. Salt loading sounds way safer than pre-workout. I'll have to look into that.
Probably not the amount I'm taking. I take a tri-oral every day.
Holy moly,
I'll take half, but so I'm drinking a shit ton of water.
But you're also sweating a lot too, so
boxing.
Do you take creatine too?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I'm too lazy. If they made creatine in packets, I'd buy it.
They make a pill for them.
Yeah, I need to try something like that because I have so much creatine, I'm just too lazy to take it, right? That's my issue.
I'll buy it from you.
I was listening to Rogan, and they were talking about salt loading, and they were just talking about a tablespoon or a teaspoon before you work out makes almost the similar results to pre-workout.
Really?
And because I'm working out so early, I don't want to crash. I don't want to take caffeine that early. And I'm a caffeine fiend. I'm taking 350 milligrams
a
at
day.
least, and I want more, right? So I've been doing this salt thing for 2 months.
I'm laughing.
I've been doing this salt thing for 2 months, and it's been going pretty well. I don't crash because after the workout, I'll wait an hour or so, and then I'll have my first coffee.
Yeah.
And then maybe another coffee or something, and then I'll be good, right? But during my workout, I don't really feel a difference. I still feel my pump. I still feel great, and I don't cramp, right? I started taking tri-work because when you were programming me, remember?
Yep.
I just kept
Cramping bad.
My back kept cramping when I was benching, so. Originally I was taking a whole tri-roll before the workout, and then I was thinking about this is a lot of salt.
Yeah.
So I started taking half. I still take the same the same pack is gonna get done in a day, right?
Yeah,
But
you just break it up
I'm
though.
breaking it down really because I need it for recovery as well.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I'm drinking enough water to flush it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's something that I've done and works out.
I'm definitely gonna have to look at that because that sounds a lot safer. And just point blank, I gotta be careful now. So that's I'll definitely look into that. And that's having that resource. Look at this. At a simple conversation, we just found something new. The things you learn in a gym.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think it's scientifically proven. Well, it's a recommendation. It works for me.
Yeah,
Right?
came from Rogan. You know, gotta look at it with a grain of salt, so to speak. But you know, yeah.
I was like, you know, what the heck, try it, right? Like this morning, I did that after my workout. I had a kill cliff. So I went lifetime, worked out, boxed, and then took my salt afterwards, and then had a kill cliff, which is like low caffeine. I would say like a cup of coffee,
Right,
and then
yeah.
electrolytes.
I've only had 3 espressos today, so I'm hurting.
What kind of machine you got?
I have a Lavazza Blue, again, Italian. Lavazza is my brand. Illy, another great brand of espresso machines and coffee. But it's the same one my Nano used. You know, he's in his mid-90s now. He's still kicking. He's doing great. Shout out Nano. But he got me hooked at a young age. And my brothers are 6'4" and 6'7". I'm 5'10", and the reason for that most likely
it's adopted. Brand.
and the reason for that most likely is espresso, because I was drinking espresso probably way too early. But it really, my caffeine addiction, so to speak, didn't really show up until the Army. Man, I was 10, 12 espressos a day, pre-workout, energy drink. It was actually very unhealthy. It was very, very unhealthy. I mean, you could probably visibly see and count over a gram of caffeine if you could measure it out. It was nuts. So I've had to cut that down a lot, and I'm doing good. But we need to get that sucker down even more. So maybe 1 espresso and some salt loading before I work out, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah. Is that one with the? Do you grind your own coffee?
So no, for the sake of convenience, no. Now in the Army, I did have one of those. It's just a ton of work, and when I'm working, it makes a mess too. These are really, really good quality coffee, and it's relatively affordable. They have tons and tons of different types of coffee you can use, but it's simply you put the pot in, close the handle, it gets up to temperature, and you push it, and you're good to go. It doesn't taste like plastic. It's really, really good. I like it, and clearly, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm a caffeine fiend. I'm a coffee fiend too, but I would say, like, I don't really care for the coffee. Like,
Okay.
I just drink it black,
Yeah.
piping hot. We're good. As long as it's piping hot, we're good.
Well, black coffee is that's the way to go. Otherwise, I'd be a boat.
I'm not like tasting it, like taste the fruit or the almonds. They all taste the same. It's pretty.
I was that way until I was deployed to Guatemala, and that changed my coffee experience immediately. When you're walking past coffee farms and there's beans drying on blue tarps in the sun, yeah, so it's over for you.
See, I thought that was how it was gonna be when I went to Mexico, right, with Sunny. Our producer's mom, she just gave me like powdered coffee.
Oh wow!
So I was like, well, she made it with like cinnamon water, so it was kind of tasty.
pretty good.
But like, I thought we were gonna get some good stuff.
Were you in northern Mexico or southern Mexico?
Southern.
Oh, so you?
Guadalajara.
Well, oh wow, okay, yeah.
I told you.
So that, you
Crazy.
you were pretty close to the stuff I was doing in Guatemala. All right.
Yeah, we'll be back later on this year. I gotta finish a documentary out there.
Oh
Yeah?
jeez.
Yeah.
Be safe, bro.
Yeah, but no, yeah, Guatemala has such good coffee. The city of Guatemala, obviously sells everything in Guatemala City, but I was in Zacapa and all these places, these farms, and nothing beats it, in my opinion. I miss it. You can't, if you buy Guatemalan coffee here, it's not the same. It's been sitting in a can for so long, it just tastes like the can. So I miss it, and I used to count my cups by the pot. So I had 3 pots today. It was crazy. It was really crazy. It was a crazy time, but I miss it. I love it, and that's why I still drink my espresso.
Okay. Oh, before I forget, so you said you're gonna keep that wall when you enter. Originally, we talked about cutting.
Yeah.
To keep the wall.
So yeah, we're gonna keep the wall. It turns out it's probably gonna be more of a hassle to take down, and it potentially, we're not 100% sure, might be structural.
Right. Well, it's a 1 hour firewall. So it's per fire code, it probably has to stay. The benefit here is now when we have either our picnic bench or our table out there, you know, if you're waiting for your ride, let's say you're having a ride or you're just chilling for the day or waiting for a client, waiting for your trainer, you can sit up there, do your homework on our Wi-Fi, heat up your food, whatever you got to do, and you're kind of removed from the gym environment. You know, you're at the front door. You have some noises behind you, but you have a wall. You're kind of in your own little world up there, and hence that friendly professional environment. You know, you're not stuck sitting on a Home Depot bucket in the corner waiting for your ride or doing your homework when people are throwing weights around and 50 cents on the track. You can sit up there and sit at the table and eat and do your homework. So that's the benefit to leaving that wall, and frankly, I kind of like that better.
Yeah.
Any plans on having any seating back here while people work out?
Probably.
Powerlifters, you gotta sit, take breaks, you know.
That's a good point.
They can sit on the bench, man.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what the bench
I was gonna say
combos
where our combos are going. You know, they're not all going to be set up, but they all offer a bench. Those benches are going to be collecting dust, half of them. So probably sit on one back there. But that brings up a good point. Probably look into that. Maybe some folding chairs or something that we could stack up. Pull it out. No one's going to put it back. I already know. Everybody that's watching this is never going to put one back in their entire membership experience, but at least we can offer them. Please put your stuff back.
Do you need a chair to sit down?
No, not workout.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, because of the type of training I'm doing now, I don't find myself sitting as much. But when I was powerlifting, I was sitting a lot.
But where would you sit? You would sit on like a bench, like one of those.
Chairs at the gym.
I guess.
Be courteous. Don't take up a bench.
I guess.
Someone wants that bench.
Fair enough.
You don't wanna be,
right?
You don't want to be that guy. Ooh, I see that reverse hyper over there.
Yes. Yeah,
that's
we
my
do.
favorite piece of equipment in here so far.
That's crazy.
So the reason I got that was because one, I've never been to a gym in Georgia that has one.
Shout out I3, they have one.
Yeah.
Shout out Citadel Nutrition. Yeah. They had one, and no one freaking used it.
Really?
It was a table. We used it as a table.
Really?
I guess people don't really know how to use it, but that's like the machine to cure lower back pain.
I have ungodly lower back pain issues, my L4, L5. When I was, again, at I3, somebody put me on that machine. I'm like, what is this, a butt machine? I have no idea, but what is this thing doing? It really saved me. I was picking up some serious weight yet again. Now my back is perpetually bad days, good days. But that machine allows me to, one, properly warm up, or if I'm hurting, work through an injury or even tightness. I love that thing.
Yeah.
Worth every penny. Every gym should have one.
And if that doesn't cure your lower back pain, we also do provide RMT, which is like a registered massage therapist. We have one on staff. Again, through our app, you should be able to like look at her schedule or look at their schedule to be able to book some type of massage with them or whatever it is you need. Cupping, massaging, what else? Scraping. She does a bunch of services. So that's another thing that we wanted to offer as well. But
yeah, I'm looking at all the equipment you have out here, and it's a good variety of different equipment, and it looks all brand new.
Yeah, for the most part. We did source a lot of things like new. I have no problem doing that, but anything that we bought used, for the most part, was repadded. You wouldn't believe it, but these Cybex machines are actually used. But they've all been repadded, cleaned. They're in exceptional shape. And going back to what I said earlier, they're easy to clean. Brand new pads, sanitary. We put our spray on it, you're good to go. And one thing that we want to offer people too is we're going to offer clean dirty for rags. We're not going to do paper towels. You walk in the gym, take one of our towels, that's your towel. Right? Spray bottles throughout the gym, you clean your equipment as needed. Please clean up for yourself, but if you feel like it's dirty, hey, spray it down, whatever. You leave, throw it in the dirty bin. We'll bring it to a laundromat every other day and you're good to go. So that's something that we talked about, we want to offer. I've been actually collecting new microfibers since we talked about that, but I think that's a lot better. One, you're not wasting paper towels.
save the environment.
And two, it really, again, it speaks to, oh, this place is clean. They take it seriously. They take my health seriously. I had MRSA, believe it or not, from an Army gym years and years and years ago. And it was a horrible experience. And, the doctor was like, if you guys just cleaned, it wouldn't happen. And I don't want that to happen to any of my guys or gals.
Yeah, I got like a stomach bug. Remember that one time I got a stomach bug?
Bruh, that's crazy.
Pretty sure I got a stomach bug.
Yeah.
I was just rolling around doing abs and stuff on a mat.
Yeah.
You care to say what gym? I'm just kidding, bro.
Not
I'm just kidding,
I'm
bro.
pretty sure I got a stomach bug from a gym. I don't know if it was just the mats weren't clean or something.
Yeah.
It happens.
After that, I wasn't. You didn't catch me rolling in there anymore.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's one thing we do pride here is cleanliness.
Oh, I know. I've been on trips with this guy.
Yeah.
He's the cleanest. He's like the clean freak.
You're down with me.
Yeah. I'm just I'm very particular about how things are, and things need to be clean. Like, again, we don't want any infectious diseases or anything, staph. Like, we don't want any of that in here. And just to prevent that, just clean the equipment. I mean, if you're not going to do it, of course we're going to do it. Like, regardless if we're going to provide those things for you to wipe your stuff down, but at the end of the night, before one of us leaves, we're going to probably wipe down all the equipment and then just, head out.
Probably clean twice a day.
Yeah, definitely. So.
Well, Sonny, how long have you been rolling for?
About 45 minutes, an hour almost.
Has it been a good hour? It's been
54.
58.
This bench is hurting my ass.
Do you even get up?
I mean,
What's it say? It's not. It hasn't been recording the whole time.
Nah, it's recording.
I know, it's red.
Red. Come on now.
What does it say?
Like 15 minutes or so.
50?
okay.
Yeah.
I think
We started at like.
we're good on 50.
I mean, all we're doing is just
I got
talking.
switch chairs.
I just hit the fucking my ass.
Do you want this one?
Nah, it's okay, buddy. It's okay.
We're in, a camping chair, an office, a raggedy office chair, and then
Shoulder
press.
Yeah, shoulder press. Yeah.
That shit is not comfortable.
It is what it is, man. I'm making do here. I got some. Yeah.
Well, I wanted them to have, something with a backrest, because originally they were gonna sit on benches. I'm like, bro, you're gonna be like
Hurting.
I did that the last time though. When I filmed the YouTube.
We did that interview last time, which is 5 minutes.
That was not 5 minutes.
10 minutes. That was like kind of scripted. You're over here like, it was not.
I was fine though.
You were
It's
sticking up
probably
your butt,
it's like,
I
I got you.
This is a lot
Alright.
more loose. We're just
Relax.
conversating,
Yeah.
it's just kind of like just more of a conversation
Yeah.
than anything. I don't know, anything else you want to add?
Our kilo plates.
Okay, how many kilos you got?
Bro,
Quite a bit.
Brag about the kilos.
Quite
This-
a bit. Just in sight here.
Yeah.
One rack. One
is
rack.
that?
2, 3, 4.
I believe we have like 5 trees of
Five,
kilos.
yeah.
Five trees.
5 trees, full trees of kilos.
Yeah, and then we have a tree of just dedicated blues, like 45 calibrated blues.
Yep. Yeah.
So again, goes back to, there's been gyms that I've been to where I like am in prep and I need kilos where I have to sit there and wait. So again, I just want to offer, we want to offer that for our members here. But yeah, we have like 5 trees of kilos with 25 kg red plates, probably like 5 pair or 6 pair to a tree.
And a ton of pound plate irons. Tons.
A ton. I would say like over 1,500,
Yeah.
1,500 pounds in
Just in pounds?
steel plates. So in kilos, I'm pretty sure we have at least 2-3 tons.
Yeah. And then for dumbbells, 5 through 150.
Yeah.
And we'll probably end up putting more in as time goes on. I don't want to buy 155 to 200s for one person. So let's see. You know what I mean? We'll see what goes on there. But
two sets of our dumbbells. We really love weights. Like we have. Like as you can tell, like we bought like 2 sets of like
5 through 50s.
5 through 50, and then we bought another set of 55 through 150 for the big boys who can dumbbell bench press 150. But
and most importantly, we have a preacher curl.
This guy did biceps.
Yeah, and we have balanced 5 through 50s too. Not like the hex. No, like balanced urethane.
Yeah.
5 through 50s, and that may sound silly, but man, that's a benefit,
Rain? It's rain? Yeah.
See, this is why I didn't want to film last week, because I was like, yo, it's just gonna feel like bullets.
Yeah.
You just hear the whole time. So
Yeah. But this facility is coming along.
any ghosts?
No, bro, no ghosts, bro. No, hear none of that.
I gotta
But
leave Asher at night one time, you know, and then see if he barks in the corner.
we're dog friendly too.
Very dog
We're
very
dog
dog friendly. You want to
friendly.
bring your dog? Now, if your dog bites somebody,
Hey, it has to be
it's gonna
well
a bad
trained. Your
thing.
dog has to
you
be
gotta
well
trained
trained.
dog within reason.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my dog Lady, Red Lab, she'll be here all the time. So
Yeah.
you guys will all get to know her. She is too friendly, to be honest with you. You'll also get to know my daughter Nina. She's 2 years old, almost 3 years old actually. She'll be in and out of here with me all the time, and she's gonna want to get strong. So I don't know what that noise is.
Sorry.
Is it really rain? It might be.
It might be, I guess.
I mean, look how dark it is outside right now. It's 6. You know what I'm saying? It's
Oh
rain.
wow.
That's true. But I mean, luckily it's been pretty cool in here.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
been really cool. I'm surprised that like with no airflow, it's just
Yeah.
like static, and it's kind of stuffy because
Yeah.
you know equipment's just laying around everywhere right now.
Right.
Yeah.
It feels okay.
Yeah.
We sweat a little bit in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, but now I think that was the nerves, bro. Honestly.
Nerves.
Yeah.
With 2 4
Introducing
foot
myself.
barrels. Yeah.
You never introduced yourself. You know? This guy still hasn't introduced himself.
You want to redo that?
We can.
I'm not gonna add it to the beginning. It's gonna be. We're not cutting. We're just out.
You like literally. I don't even know what I would say. Honestly, you set the pace for that one.
So you say, dude, all right, you've been powerlifting for how long?
Oh yeah.
So you start there.
Alex has been powerlifting. I'm trying to think.
Since 2018.
When I was powerlifting, you were a teenager.
I was 18.
Brag a little bit. Tell them, you know, you don't have to give an exact number. Tell them your numbers. Tell them when you've lifted.
I'll do the introduction. Basically, you know, when I first met Alex, he's the weakest fuck. He was like 17, 16 or something. I was like, damn. I was like, this kid's like, you know, skinny, and you were also like really ambitious and really into powerlifting, right? Which is great. I was only into it I was probably in it for about a year and a half, and then I stopped. And then, you know, like didn't really talk for a while, and then we rekindled that like a year later, and I'm like, dude, this guy has gotten strong as shit. Like he figured it out. It was like, part of me's like, dang, if I kept to it, maybe I would have gotten that. I'm still chasing that 700 deadlift, but like, I'm like, man, maybe I'd already be there by now. But you know, it's like, you know me, like I'm not, powerlifting was fun, and I did it because of the community that brought me into it, which are, I mean, they're great people, right? You know, Fee, all the Citadel crew, Jason, but it's like, because that dissolved, that community dissolved, I kind of like lost love for it, right? It's like the community is a huge aspect of powerlifting, or any sport, or any type of, you know, any hobby that you enjoy, right? So because of that, now it's boxing.
Interesting.
I have a group of people that box with me, right? Long sucks, but I'm still like entertaining to spar with sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's like it's those people that get you back in the door, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So going back to the image that we want for the gym, a sense of camaraderie, community. With a little bit of, eliteness, we can always have a little, when people see the content, they're gonna be like, yo, that's dope. Or like, yo, like, I wanna go check out that gym when I'm in Georgia.
Right.
All right, then I think I know how to introduce myself now. Then I guess.
You still haven't?
Yeah, no, I know. I do. Yeah. So, okay, I guess I'll sit up for this one. Am I
talking to me?
I know, I'm talking to you. Oh, okay. Yo, relax. My name is Alex Waters. I am the co-owner of DNA Strength. I'm 23 years old. I'm an elite level powerlifter. I've been powerlifting since I was 18 years old. Dang. Okay, hold on. I'm getting it.
We're getting there.
Yeah. Okay.
How old now?
23. But that's the thing. I already said I was 23 in the beginning, so it's like,
that's fine.
you know, I guess you can cut that out. But
Oh no, this is I want this straight shot. This
this is why it's like if I don't get it in one take, it's gonna
Yeah.
But there's gonna be a full length video for this whole thing on
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. Where was I at?
What's the last meet you did? How many meets have you done?
Oh wait, I said I'm elite level powerlifter. I compete in both USAPL and WRPF. Some of the meets that I've done recently would be the Fighter Quick Classic. Also, Georgia Corrupted Strength meet. Yeah, Corrupted Strength Classic. Some of my numbers are 600 squat, 369 bench, and a 750 deadlift. Some of the goals that I have this year are to
No biggie.
hit over.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody really.
Bench sub 400.
I know I've been
Nobody cares.
sub 400, so it's like I can't even call myself an elite level powerlifter. I don't even bench 400. But some of the goals I have this year are to hit over a 660 squat, 405 bench, and an 800 deadlift. Doesn't matter what bar. Honestly, it could be a stiff bar, it could be a deadlift
Yeah,
bar.
because it really
but
doesn't matter to you, right?
It doesn't matter to me.
Your leverages don't really change. Like it's still pulling the same way. Strangely.
Some people would say that, but yeah.
No, because like, you know.
A little more stretch in the bar, you're pulling
Yeah.
a little higher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
So
like,
Regardless, if you can't deadlift 700, you can't deadlift 700. So, you know,
I can't deadlift 700. I never will. So
it helps, but does it really help that much? I mean, you know,
True, but
I love the deadlift bar, but all right, I think that's our cue. We're gonna wrap this shit up.
yeah, about to pour.
About to pour.
Yeah.
All right, Ash.
all right. I'm not gonna try and pet you again. So
Yeah, he's good. I told you, he's chilling. He was just Ash was barking at everybody when he first got here. Now he's pretty chill, but. I also, you know, I fed him some motion sickness medicine this morning.
really,
Yeah, 'cause he throws up. He gets motion sickness.
Dramamine?
Yeah, Dramamine. I feed him the max amount that he can take.
Oh, wow.
'Cause it's like 25 milligrams or something, half a pill, because he throws up almost every time. 30-minute drive plus.
Really?
I had to drive.
Poor
I
dog.
drove my parents to the airport this morning, so it was like a 2-hour, back and forth.
Oh wow.
As soon as I woke up, just shoved Dramamine down his throat. He was Gucci.
Where'd your parents go again? You just took your
went to New
parents
York. Yeah, they went
again?
they went to New York
York again.
But
Anyway, back to him. Like, he took one Dramamine, drove him 6 hours to Florida, no problem.
Perfect.
6 hours back.
Good.
So,
Good boy.
But yeah, he has him and his sister. The other one time ate a grape
Oh gosh.
and
he just put her in a car.
Oh gosh.
Just drove for 15 minutes and she threw it up.
Yep.
so
That's just so cute, bro.
Yeah, he just got trust issues.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's like me. We're one and the same.
Good boy. Good boy.
He likes black people. What can I say?
Good boy. Come on, go play. Go do something.
But DNA Strength, it's gonna be an amazing gym, and it's gonna be a pleasure to work with this guy. If I didn't have this guy, honestly, I don't think we would be at this point without each other. We both kind of
No way.
had this dream to like open a gym. And what I like a lot about Mike is that we push each other in different aspects of life. Like
Absolutely.
Mike is like a mentor, a brother, all those things to me, and he's kind of helped me mature in a way. He's not that much older than me, which is a good thing because I'm able to connect with him on a more personal level as well. It'd be a little bit different if he was like, 45 and I was 20, but like since we're so close in age, we still connect, but he still has a elevated mindset that, kind of helps me continue to grow. So
He just makes me stronger and he keeps me young. As simple as that. I know it sounds like I'm talking like I'm 60, but I feel like I am sometimes. And I've never met someone his age more dedicated to anything ever. I've never. So he's a unique fellow. He is. So no, I'm pumped about it. I can't wait to get working, man.
it's exciting. It's for you guys, for Georgia. This is we want to put this together for you guys so that, again, you have a place to lift and you don't have to travel too far, and you can get ready for meets and lift in an environment where you're comfortable, feel safe. It's very friendly, and we're going to push you regardless of whatever numbers you're trying to hit or whatever you're trying to do. We're going to push you in all aspects of life, inside and outside of the gym. We want to get to know you on a more personal level, and that's our goal. That's our mission.
And do curls.
And do curls.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Yeah. It's a pleasure.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Definitely, and I mean, we're gonna do another one of these probably like either closer towards opening or maybe after opening, maybe a few months, just to see, you know,
My beard will be to here, and I'll be gray hair, and be like, yeah, everything's going great.
Like transformation.
white hair.
Everything's going great. Yeah, everything's fine.
We'll see.
We should do in 3 weeks though. I am gonna squat 600 for a triple. So
Yeah, maybe do like, you know, some type of hype video for
yeah,
that.
I think at that point, I just want to have like a few people. So like I was mentioning to you, some of the strongest in Georgia. So like Soul, Honcho, Daquan, Tevin, or whatever. I haven't kind of put a list together yet, but
Yeah, you need those guys to spot you.
just,
like,
yeah.
me and mine,
not spot, but just
spot.
but just like for the hype
Side
and
spot.
for like those are some also well-known powerlifters in Georgia, and they have a big following as well. So if like, you know, people, their clients see them training here, they're going to be like, oh, what gym is that? I want to go type deal. So
All right, my ass hurts really bad.
yeah, all right, we're wrapped up. We're done.
Yes. I'm gonna stand up. I am hurting.
All right. That flew.
Oh my God.
Cut.
Oh, I'm picking my wedgie. You got a cut before that.